Okay, so for this video, I wanted to do an extension of my last video regarding the garbage plant in regards to the fact that, when you're affected by things, ultimately it will translate out from you to something else. Now, it's great to see things as point A to point B, but in a systems thinking perspective, you also have to think of flow. And when I say that, it means that in regards to relationships itself, whether it's with a parent, whether it's a friend, or your boss, your coworkers, as a teacher to a student, you have to give due attention to any relationship that you have, any sort of flow of communication or interaction in order to keep that going. Because one of the biggest problems that happen in relationships is the idea where relationships are automatic, where it's just a given that you should, do this or that someone should do that, when that's not necessarily the case. If you're going to be an accountable individual, you actually you have to take the initiative. It doesn't mean that you have to be overbearing, but it does ask for you to at least pay attention to the cues. You can't just be lazing about, you can't just expect that because your past indicated that you should do things one way, that you should keep doing it that way, because every single relationship you have may change over time. Because one of the fallacies, one of the false truths that occurs in today's society is the fact that people think that once something is set, it's going to be that way forever. But in a systems thinking perspective, there's an understanding that you can believe something is static, that something will stay the same, but ultimately things have to change. Not that things may potentially change, they will change eventually. Just like with matter. Stones will eventually change due to their interaction with all the other elements like air, fire, water. It's slow, but it gets there. Same with metals. Eventually the elements will change, that will alter it, will corrode it. And so when it comes to relationships in and of itself, don't expect your friends or your family members or your teacher to always reach out to you. You have to find the courage to reach out in return, or have an ask them, or say that you need assistance, that you need something. But at the same time, be accountable for yourself. Know that you have to be responsible for what you're putting out. You have to pay attention to, the quality of what you're expressing. But again, don't expect people to always be there. You have to accept the fact that there always will be a change. How you react to that change will define you. Just like any challenges in life. If you're hit with like a bankruptcy, if you're hit with a severe loss, you're not going to be stuck in a really bad spot. Things will change. You just have to accept, and you have to push through, and you have to ride that wave. Because, just like love, for instance, don't expect love to always be the same. Don't expect love to be the honeymoon effect of when you first started in a relationship. Don't expect that your parents will always be, the loving, caring, kind person the same way when you were a child, the way you are an adult, because the way a parent will love you will change as you become an adult. I'm sure that dedication will be there, but the way it's committed is a little different. And just like in intimate relationships, as I mentioned earlier, when the honeymoon period is over, you have to evolve with that person. You have to mature in your understanding on how to maintain that relationship. You have to work at it, because you have to put energy into that flow, and you have to keep it constant, because within the perspective of systems thinking, you have to keep that flow going or it will stagnate. And yeah, that's all I really wanted to touch on. And just a reminder that you have to work on your relationships. Don't expect it to be automatic. You have to be brave enough to reach out just as much as other people reach out to you. All right. So for Hourglass, this is JB and this is Jin, and I'll catch you guys next time.